Hello guys, this is Virender Singh and welcome back at Mastercam Milton tutorials and toolpath series where we are trying to show you a different number of toolpath on a Mastercam Milton module. This is our part 4th video of Mastercam Milton module. In the part 1 we show you a complete machine simulation of creating that one complete exercise. After that we show you that how we can create a toolpath for the right make a job setup for that one component, and in this exercise we make a job setup initially on the right hand spindle. That's a really new thing to learn for you. After that, in the exercise number part 33, we show you that how we can make a turning as well as the milling toolpath on the right hand spindle with the help of different kind of toolpath, like as a rough face. After that we make a contour toolpath for the outer, we make a circular milling toolpath for the internal, as well as one circular milling toolpath for this area. And in this video we are going to show you that how we can create a multi-axis toolpath for that one component, and that's really going to be very helpful for you guys. So now we need to create a toolpath for removing that one area material for that one component. So we have to see which one toolpath we can perform. We can't create or we can't perform any one toolpath from the mill 3D, any one toolpath from the mill 3D 2D because that's have a profile and that's a little different. So in that condition, when we are talking about the Milton, so Milton have access of all the lathe, milling and multi-axis toolpath. So in that condition we can choose a multi-axis toolpath. For creating that one component we are going to choose a multi-axis toolpath, and that is nowadays known as a unified. In unified we will going to use a morph toolpath, and that is going to be happening really smooth and very good toolpath. But before we start to work on that one, we have to considering a lot of new things, and we have to analyze that workpiece in a little detail. Before we start to create the toolpath, first thing we have to check the minimum radius of that one component. The minimum radius of this component is approx 2 and something, so we can use a tool diameter 4 mm or 3 mm. So I am going to use for cutting that one component is a 3 mm of tool radius. After that, the next step is we have to create a surface for that one component. So that one we have to go in a surface from solid, create a surface right at here, and we have to make the offset that one surface. So for make offset of this one surface, we have to click on offset. Just click this surface and make a particular distance. For example, we make a particular distance, move this surface from this position, total 20 mm, or we can make a 30 mm approx distance, and just say okay. So that is very important because we need to make a tool axis control. So for that one reason I make this surface. Once I create this surface, after that I have to came in a wireframe, and in a wireframe I have to make a curve with the flow line. Select this one and make a number of lines and make it 3. So as you can see, one line is created right at here in the middle portion. Once I select this one, after that I need some curve to create a swarf on this one edge as well as on this edge. So I create curve on both of these. The lines are not visible properly, we can highlight, or the boldness of we can increase the line boldness. So now both lines are visible as in a proper way. After that, now we are ready to perform, or we are ready to create this toolpath that is known as a swarf. For creating a swarf toolpath, as you know, we need a tool line as well as we need one line to make a tool axis control. If you guys don't idea about that how we can create a unified morph toolpath, I would like to suggest you first go and check out our Mastercam milling, so a Mastercam multi-axis toolpath series, where you get a video on about the swarf unified morph toolpath to understand about all the parameters in detail. So after selecting all these things, now we have to choose a ball nose tool, and ball nose tool I am going to choose a 3 mm of ball nose. Now when I create a multi-axis toolpath, so first thing I have to came in a setup, I have to create a toolpath with the help of a from the upper stream, and I am going to create the toolpath with the help of upper stream and on the right hand spindle. So I choose this option. After that I have to came in a cutting parameter. In a cutting parameter, first we need to define the curve. So this is my curve area, and I choose just as a wireframe. This is my curve 1, This is my curve tool, and now we have to define the machining geometry. So this is my machining geometry. So once I define the machining geometry on all these things, after that I have to define the tolerance value. So I make the tolerance value as a 1 mm, and after that we have to came on the next option, that is axis, tool axis control. So I don't make any changes for the now tool axis control, and I just say okay. So as you can see here, I make all these things okay, but it's going to make some error. So now we need to make some changes for the modification. So for making modification, I have to came in a cut parameter. In cut parameter, we choose an option that is guide. We have to make the changes as a curve, as a morph, and just say okay. So as you can see here, once I just create this tool path, so the tool path is created, but as you can see here, tool is coming like this. So definitely it is going to be collide in this condition. There is no tool axis control is a proper, so we need to make a tool axis control in a proper way. So for controlling a tool axis control in a proper way, we have to came in a tool axis control. In tool axis control, we have a multiple options, and we need to choose make our tool axis control from the chain, and we have to select this chain that we already created. And in chain curve till type, we have to choose a closest point and just say okay. So as you can see, once I press OK, so now again my tool path is successfully created right at here, and this is tool path is much better as compared to the previous tool path. But we have to make this tool path much better each time. So for what we have to do in that condition? In that condition, again we have to came in a parameter, and right at here we make some changes in a cut parameter. In a cut parameter, we have to make the changes like as if in cutting order we have to make from center to away. It means tool path will start to perform from the center position first, and after that it is going to be outside. But still this tool path is not much smoother when it's going to be from one pass to the another during the linking. So we'll make the modification at this one point. Again I have to came in a parameter. I need to make changes in a linking parameter. In linking parameter, I have to say blend spline, and just press OK. Now have a look, the beauty of this tool path. It start to cut from the center to the outside, and that's the beauty. But there is one issue, and that issue is our tool is going to collide with on the workpiece. So we need to make the changes at the collision portion. So for make the changes at the collision portion, again we have to came in a parameter, and in the parameter we have to came in a collision portion. In a collision portion, we have to on all the options, make avoid geometry, and which geometry I need to avoid is this, and we can add some stock to leave to avoid this geometry. We make the stock is 0.5 mm, so work tool will never going to be touched with this area. And now have a look, ladies and gentlemen, this is all about the Mastercam, melt-and module, and the multi-axis toolpath. So I hope you guys get understand about that how we can create the toolpath right at here. If you want to make a toolpath like as a rust roughing and the finishing both different, so you can make a roughing toolpath. And if you want to learn in the detail about how we can create a morph toolpath for the roughing purpose, so you can go out and watch our multi-axis morph video where we teach you or show you in a detail. You can get a reference from that, and you can create our main purpose for that one, that how we can create a multi-axis toolpath on a melt-and module. So I hope you guys get understand about it. So we can create a toolpath for the one area, but there are multiple number of profiles are available right at here. So we need to make transfer our toolpath with the multiple portions. So for that one, first I need to count all the areas: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So total number of 8. So again I have to came in a parameter, and at here the option is known as a utility. I just have to turn on the rotation should be X. The total number of rotation 8, the rotatory angle is 45, and make complete toolpath and just press OK. So as you can see here, once I say and press OK, so what is opening? After completing of my first pass, now again tool is going near to the second pass. Now have a look. But when it is going for the second pass, that time it is going happening one accident. So how we can avoid that one? For avoiding that one, we need to go in a parameter, and in the parameter we have to go in this gap between passes, unselect this, make the value retract to feed plane, just click on it. Once I click on it, so as you can see here, each time once my one toolpath is going to be completed, it will be retract till the feed point, and after that it is going to take the next pass. So that's all about the Mastercam Mastercam multi-axis things. And now if you want to check this part in the simulation, you can just click OK and check out it from the simulation. So I hope you guys get understand about that, how we can create a toolpath for the multi-axis toolpath on the right hand side in the mill turn. So if you have any question or doubt, you can go and ask us in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video, where we learn about that how you can create a toolpath for the right hand spindle and different number of turning toolpath on the right hand spindle. And after that, in the final video, we show you that how we can a very special toolpath on that one particular area, so where we make a multiple number of modifications and a lot of changes to create that one toolpath, and that is really going to be happening amazing. So keep learning, keep growing.